Spiritual works versus carnal works. Spiritual works versus carnal works. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and do well. Salutation to the men of the Hopeful and Sin Select. This is your brother Makazao out here in Trinidad. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. And as I just said, the name of this lesson will be spiritual works versus carnal works. And when I say spiritual works versus carnal works, I ain't talking about like preaching versus laboring to bring in a dollar or to eat bread. I'm just talking solely based off of doing the work of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Alright? And the spiritual works is actually doing the work of Yahweh Shemel Shai the proper way. And the carnal works is whether you do it for your own benefit or you not aware that you're not preaching the complete doctrine or the proper doctrine, but yet you're preaching. Alright, case in point being like some men in IUIC or GOCC that saying Ahai and Yeshua, saying Most High Christ, saying that you could only be saved by the law, saying that all people could be saved. Alright, sincerely they're doing that, but that is the works of men, not the works of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You are not preaching the complete doctrine. You are not preaching the doctrine. So therefore, you are doing carnal works, because that work is not going to save you. The works that are going to save you is the spiritual work of Yahweh Shemel Shai, preaching this word completely and directly. Philippians chapter 1 and verse 15, it says, some indeed preach Mashiach for envy and strife, some also of goodwill. Alright, because you read higher up, he talking about the brothers that wax confident in his bonds. And he's telling you how some of them was preaching. He says, the one preach Mashiach of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds. So I done in prison, alright, and I taught you, and now you want to take what I taught and go out and do your own things. It's like why you doing that? I taught you, I had hope in you, and now you, because I taught you, now you're gonna distort the doctrine. So then you Paul would have been feeling what? Responsible for your working. If you go out and teaching that the MOTB is not the micro C hip, you are doing carnal works. If you are not preaching Yahweh Shemel Shai, you are doing carnal works. You are not doing spiritual works. Alright? It says, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. So the other do not have love, knowing that, hey, what Paul doing here? Paul not doing this, to get fame. He not taking imprisonment just so that he could be praised. He really about serving the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. So that actually giving the other men encouragement to preach in the same form and fashion. Alright, the men of Great Millstone under the apostles, they preaching the same, with the same love for the scriptures, for the work of Yahweh Shemel Shai, not doing it so that I can make a name for myself. This is me. This is the one who on the end. Nah, none of the apostles like that, none of the elders like that, and I would think that none of the men that in Great Millstone or follow the doctrine of Great Millstone will have that mindset of me, I. All right. It says, what then? Notwithstanding, every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Mashiach is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and I will rejoice. So this is basically the men that want to preach, to make a name for themselves. But as I said, not really basing the lesson off of that. Is more that if you not preaching the complete correct doctrine, you basically doing carnal works. Alright? Basically carnal works. It says 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 11. It says, for other foundation can no man lay than that which is laid, which is Mashiach. So it's only one truth. Alright? There's only one truth, not truths. Truth. So you can't say GMS has it, GOCC has it, whereas ISUPK have it, IUIC have it. Only one can have it. And as far as we see from the years, the apostles of Great Millstone has it. And this scripture going to prove it. All right. It says, for other foundation can no man lay than that which is laid, that is laid, which is Mashiach. It says, now if any man build it upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it. And since the apostles, when have the apostles taught something and then another group came and see, yeah, the apostles going off over there, and the apostles had to come and say, you know what, yeah, we were going off. All right, because why? Because, you know, from the apostles, from Apostle Tahal taught, hey, go into the words, go into the translation, study. Don't just be spoon-fed. You know, do your own research. Make sure things corrected. Be like the Church of Berea. All right. It says, now if any man build upon this foundation, silver, precious stone, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. And if any man work abide, which he had built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. And that is why Great Millstone keep growing and growing in grace. All right. Increasing in the knowledge of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, doing spiritual works. All right. Though IUIC growing, they're growing carnally because they are doing carnal works. All right. They're not preaching in the name Yahweh Shemiah Shai. If you are not preaching in the name Yahweh Shemiah Shai, that is not the work of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, that is the work of men. So in the scripture say, depart from these men, lest happily we seem to be fighting against the Lord. The apostles, they're going up against IUIC, they're not fighting against the Lord. IUIC coming against Great Millstone, that is fighting against the Lord, because beginning with the apostles, we're preaching, all right, the complete doctrine that is in the scriptures, the proper way. All right. And that is spiritual works. Carnal works is not preaching the proper doctrine. All right. So not all camps preaching. It is impossible that all camps could preach spiritual works when all camps teach something different. And majority don't teach 80% of the truth. All right. So you will know what is the works of Yahweh Shemiah Shai and what is the works of men. All right. And as I said, the reward is growing in knowledge. This 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 33. It says, even as I please all men in all things by preaching the correct doctrine, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved. All right. And this is a man that preaching because of the love, you know, of the scriptures. Just like when we read in Philippians, he said, hey, they waxing confident in his bond because they realize that Paul doing this out of love and preaching the proper doctrine. All right. Because also preaching for your own sake so that you could get a name is also carnal works. Yes, Yahweh Shai is being preached. You preaching the proper doctrine. But what you doing, you're not teaching for Yahweh Shemiah Shai's glory. You're teaching for your glory. All right? And that also is carnal works, despite you preaching the complete doctrine. Because your reason for doing it is not sincere. It's not out of love. It's not to save anybody, just to make a name for yourself. And as the scriptures say, the day shall reveal it. Even though you preach any complete doctrine, the day would reveal that you are just bullshitting, because as the scripture says, when tribulation because of the word arise, by and by they were offended. You're going to be revealed that you did not have any faith. It's going to be revealed that. is Matthew chapter 13 and verse 20. It says, but he that received the seed in a stony place, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it, yet hath not root in himself, just like Simon of Samaria. All right? But endureth for a while, for when tribulation and or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. You understand? You offended means that, like, nah, I can't be done with this truth again. Now this ain't it. Because why? Because you were doing carnal works all the time. You did not get rooted and grounded. You did not go through the fundamentals of understanding this word so that you would grow. This desire, this sincere milk. Alright, you are too focused on making a name for yourself than growing in grace and increasing faith. Alright? And guess what? The day that gonna reveal it, that great day gonna reveal if you're on bullshit or if you're sincere for Yahweh Shemi Shai. Alright? It's gonna be revealed. Because if you're doing your own works, bet your bottom dollar. It's like, for those who remember Pokemon back in the days, right? Meowth will have evolved into Persian, right? Now, from Meowth evolving into Persian, you learn certain attacks like payday and whatnot. Meowth, because he spent most of his time trying to learn how to talk, he did not learn the attacks that he would have learned going through the years, then evolving. All right? He went a different route, so he couldn't learn it. All right? So then he could never have a payday. So now imagine yourself as Meowth coming in this truth, only focusing on doing your work, seeking your glory, and not Yahweh Shemi and Shai's. You know what the payday you missing out on? The faith. Because you was not working on faith, increasing your faith. You're only focused on glory and not faith. Focus on faith and not your own glory. That day we shall be glorified with Yahweh Shai, but focus on faith. Do the spiritual works, not the carnal works. Alright? Do spiritual works, not carnal works. Let's see what this here says. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 2. It says, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, condemning ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh. Alright? So I want to look up the word deceitfully. Alright? It says to ensnare or corrupt. Alright? So if you, let's say like IUIC, they're doing it for numbers, so they start corrupting the doctrine. They took away the Lord's name. They say the micro C hip is not the MOTB. You know, first they were saying that there's not a day of trouble. Nate even reached as far as saying that we're not supposed to keep the laws. Alright? And all those things, you dealing with the Lord's work deceitfully to get men's admiration. Also deceitfully is what? Doing it for your own sake. Doing the work deceitfully is doing for your own sake. You're supposed to do this work for Yahweh Shemi Shai's sake and for the elect. Alright? Do spiritual works, not carnal works. If you're doing it for the love of Yahweh Shemi Shai and for the love of the elect, like spiritual works, if you're doing it, you know, and preaching the complete doctrine. If you're not doing it for the love of Yahweh Shemi Shai and the love of the elect, or you're not preaching in the name Yahweh Shemi Shai, you're distorting the doctrine, you are doing carnal works. You are doing the Lord's work deceitfully. Alright? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, and if any man also strive for the masteries, yet he is not crowned except he strive lawfully. All right? He's not crowned unless he strives lawfully. All right? It says what? If any man competes in the athletics, he is not crowned unless he competes according to the rules. So if you're not doing this truth according to the rules, according to the proper doctrine, you're not going to be crowned because you are doing carnal works. If you're doing carnal works, you're not going to be crowned. You have to do spiritual works. You have to do spiritual works out here. Anything other than calling in the name Yahweh Shemel Shan, preaching the complete, precise doctrine, you are doing carnal works. If you're doing that and preaching only to make a name for yourself, you are doing carnal works and not spiritual. All right? This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 31, the final precept here. It says, but Israel, which follow after the law of righteousness, had not attained to the law of righteousness. So let's put it in these times. Israel, which follow the truth, the complete truth, had not attained to the truth, the doctrine of great millstone, the doctrine of the apostles, Yahweh Shimon Shai's doctrine. They follow after it, all right, but they have not attained it. Wherefore? Because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law. And guess what? A lot of times when men follow in wayward doctrine, is because they prefer to be spoon-fed. They don't want to do research for themselves, or the Lord blinded them. Guess what? If you, like the church of Berea, when you be taught something, you go through it, you would realize if there are any discrepancies, if someone going off or whatever the case is, especially the Lord's Spirit working with you. But if you don't want to do the work, you will never grow. All right? It says, wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law, for the stumbling stone, which is Yahweh Shai. By and by they were offended. At one day gonna come when your faith be tested, you're gonna be offended because you weren't working on faith. As it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. All right? If you're doing spiritual works, you're not gonna be ashamed. So do spiritual works. All right? Do spiritual works. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I want to give double honor to the apostles of great mercy who do rule well. Salutation to the men of the Hopeland Sensei elect. This is brother Marcus out in Trinidad saying Shalom and stay strong. Shalom.